On this episode of View from the Tap, Georgetown's Mannys Pale Ale.
So welcome to this episode from View from the Tap. We're drinking here some Mannys Pale Ale from Georgetown Brewery. This is an amazing beer. I know it's brought people from out of state that have now relocated to the Seattle Northwest region because of this beer.
Yeah, it's just a nice session beer. You can sit down, you can have some of it. You know, it's not going to kill you, 4 hours later if you just have one, but you can sit and drink it all night if you wanted.
Yeah, I think it's more comparable to the Mac and Jack's African Amber, and coincidentally, the original brewer of Mac and Jack's is the head brewer at Georgetown. So it's where you get some of the similar flavors. It's become more popular in probably the recent, 3 or 4 years. But I would say if you like a Mac and Jack's, this is one definitely you want to try out.
Yeah, I'm a big pale ale fan, and I think that they do this justice. There's just a perfect amount of hops and still some malty characteristics with it.
So let's get down to this. So I'm giving this a 5 for value. It's $6 a growler. Georgetown has an amazing kind of growler exchange program at their brewery. So if to get your first growler, it's $11 and it's $6 a refill. They swap it out right there with whatever they have available in growlers.
And you don't have to worry about cleaning them, because they'll clean them for you, which is really nice.
They do recommend to give them a nice rinse out before you bring them down.
But as far as sanitizing and making sure that you're not going to grow anything inside your growler, they got you on that one. For cost, I'm going to give this a 5 as well, because it's $1 a beer when you're looking at it, buying a growler of it.
So for flavor, it doesn't. I would give it a 4 out of 5 for flavor. It's got all the stuff there. It's not too aggressive like an IPA or a red, but it's got enough that for the average beer drinker, if they're trying to make that step from the American light lager to a good ale or real man's beer, it's a good first step.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the flavor a 4 just because of the balance between of the hops. You can still taste them, but it's not overpowering. It's actually what a pale ale should be. I'm sure if you actually got the specifics, that it would actually fit the guidelines for the style of a pale ale, unlike a lot of other breweries that don't meet those requirements. So yeah, definitely a 4 out of 5.
As for tap handle or bottle, they don't have bottles other than the growler, which, in one thing you could say, wow, I'm getting a growler of beer here, and that's awesome. But the tap handle, it's just their basic logo in the yellow oval.
I like their tap handle. I think it's excellent because you can walk into any bar and say, oh, they have Mannys, because it's specific to the actual beer. Whereas you might not find that with other places, other kinds of beers where it's like, oh, they have this brewery, what's on there? And so I definitely think it's pretty iconic to just be able to look at the tabs and say, oh, okay, I want that one.
So for value, I'd say this is a 4 out of 5, and the main reason is you have to bring it home. You're going to be having to go down to Georgetown and pick up a growler, but it's becoming more frequent at almost any bar in the greater King County, Seattle area.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 because it's just a good beer. It's easy to drink, and it's a decent price. So it's just overall just a nice beer to sit down and have.
So as an overall, I think this is a great beer for any time. So I'm giving this a 5 out of 5. It's good in the winter. It's good in the summer. It's good with several different types of food. It's
the kind you eat?
Yeah.
Everything?
Well, I could see you having this with a steak. You could have it with fish type thing.
Yeah.
You could have a lot of different types of food, and it would pair well with that.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, just because it's just a good beer, and I don't know what I would give a 5 at this point, but it's just a nice beer. See it in the bar. It's always a go-to.
So yeah, so if you're ever in the Seattle area, or if you ever see Mannys on tap in your local drinking establishment, I highly recommend giving it a pour.
Definitely.
All right.
Until next time, cheers.
Cheers.